We have brothers and sisters who don't want unity. We have brothers who want to lead but don't know where they're going.
That's right.
As I said before, you got brothers out there calling themselves ministers that never been in a minister's class. They want to be a leader. Don't want to follow anyone. But as the messenger said that every government has a leader. But every government don't have a messenger.
Mm.
You read the Bible or the Quran and you find that there's always been leaders. Even in your family, there's a leader. If the head of the family dies, someone else to take over and lead the family. But a government cannot be run without a leader. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that the restrictive law was our success.
Yes, sir. That's right.
If you have a government, you have laws set up to run the government. And if you have laws set up to run the government, you've got to have someone over the laws to enforce them.
True. Yes, sir.
But these ministers talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the only leader that they need. We have a long way to go in a short time to get there.
True. That's very true. Yes, sir.
And it's time to question yourself. Which way are you going to go? I said before, people have diluted and tampered with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad
That's true. Yes, sir.
to a degree when you look at it, you don't know what is right and what is wrong anymore. The only one knows are those who were instructed and directed by the messenger on the laws and govern the laws that he gave us.
That's true. Yes, sir.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that restrictive laws sow off arguments. When you go to the restrictive laws, you find out who is a Muslim and who's not. A Muslim is one who submits to the divine will of Allah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can't submit to the divine will of Allah unless you submit to one another. If you have problems with one another, the restrictive law settles it. It tells you about arguments. It tells you about hypocrisy and everything. About talking about people behind their back and everything.
That's right. That's right.
Someone try to tell you something about somebody else and they are not present, that's hypocrisy.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Go to restrictive law. That's gossiping.
That's right.
If you got something to say it in the presence of the one that you're saying it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
But it shows the unwillingness to obey the law when you go behind the law. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we don't listen to someone that we know is gossiping. We don't listen to wrong. We're taught if we see our brother, our sister wrong, correct them. And if you cannot correct them, leave them alone. Allah will correct them.
That's right.
And that's what I tell the brothers about those out there on Facebook. Allah will correct those that are wrong. You can run as much as you want. But it's time to get into a safe house.
Yes, sir.
It's time to stop bickering with one another. And do what the messenger came and Allah came to do for us, and that's unite us.
That's right. Yes, sir.
The messenger always said unity is the key.
Right.
So why would we refuse to unite?
Yes, sir.
All I'm trying to do is to carry on what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me to do.
That's true. Yes, sir. That's right.
Teach what he taught.
Yes, sir.
Unity. And those that don't want to unite, that's between them and Allah.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I'm like the messenger. Allah told the messenger, if none want to listen to you or follow you, come by yourself. Me and you will go.
Yes, sir.
He says it's only your duty to deliver the message.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I'm doing, delivering the message.
Yes, sir.
I'm like the man that was in Ezekiel. See, nowhere in the Bible do you ever find a messenger, a prophet of God that was called Son of Man, but Ezekiel. Is that right? Allah always addressed him as Son of Man. And who is more like the Son of Man than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Allah told him, Son of Man, go and warn them. But whether you warn them or not, they won't believe.
Right.
And Ezekiel told him, but so Lord, if you know they are not going to believe, why should I warn them? And he says, so they won't have an excuse.
That's right.
So all I'm doing is warning
Yes,
our
sir.
people. Unite.
Yes, sir. Oh, great.
Don't blame me for not telling you. You say, well, Brother Minister, you were right on the message. You knew. Why didn't you tell? I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Listen.
That's right.
You don't have any excuse
That's right.
to be out there running around making trouble with believers and yourself.
That's right.
Who will you submit to if you won't submit to Allah and His Messenger?
Good question.
That's it. Think about that.
You are only one choice.
Right.
If you don't want to submit to them, you are submitting to the devil.
That's right, sir.
That's
You're right.
it.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't teach us to bicker among one another. He said, accept the truth, unite,
Yes, sir.
so Allah can deliver us. Brothers and sisters, it's hurting. I know what the messenger went through, what the messenger felt, because I felt it. I used to get whoopings from the messenger for ministers that got out of line. He would whoop me. And I hadn't done nothing, but the whoopings were to warn me, don't make that mistake they made.
Yes, sir.
He would get letters and things from temples and from people about their ministers and what they were doing, and he would jump on me. But I could take the whooping.
Yes, sir.
It would be hurting, but I could take it. Because I know he loved me.
Yes, sir. Praise him.
The messenger called me in his room one day, and Sister Clara was sitting there. And I was a single man. And he had told me that I needed a wife. Because representing him, I had to be without reproach. And you can get in trouble easily
Yes, sir.
without a wife. And you don't want to do that if you represent the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
So, there was a sister. She was a holiness, as you call it. Believed in the Church of God in Christ, you know, and they would, and she was 21 years old at that time. They gave her a license to preach. You know how they do. They make everybody a minister in the church, you know. Boom, boom, boom. So I went to the church. And after the meeting, you know, me and a few brothers would sell papers to them. So the sisters, 2 or 3 sisters approached me, you know, started asking me questions. And I told them to come to the meeting. Told them where it was. So she started coming. And she started asking questions every Sunday. And then her mother started coming, and her sister started coming, and her grandmother started coming. And boom, boom, boom. And so Brother Herbert, the messenger's son, was there. He told me, he told his mother about this sister, said she'd make a good sister for the minister. And so Sister Clara Mama said, invite her to dinner. So he invited her to dinner. But anyway, we got engaged.
Yes, sir.
And the messenger called me in the room. And he said, Clara and I have decided that you are like a son
Yes, sir.
to me
Praise God.
and her. And we think so much of you. We want to do for you that I was never able to do for my other sons.
Yes, sir.
when they got married, said, we're going to give you a diary. He said, I wasn't able to give them a diary because I was running most of the time and I didn't have no money to give them a diary. So I want to give you a diary so you can get married in the way you should. So this is what he thought about me.
Yes, sir.
And I'm Brother Nathaniel, the messenger's son, Elijah Jr., the messenger's son. They can bear witness that I'm not lying.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, here we are today, trying to unite to make a better life for ourselves and our people.
That's right.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if he was alive today, which some people believe that he is. I was looking on Facebook the other day, and my son used to pull up a speech that Minister Farrakhan recently made and said that I have one more work to do, and then I will be with you face to face on the mothership. This is what Minister Farrakhan said. He didn't say that the messenger was coming down here. Next time you see me, it'll be on the mothership. So, I don't know. Maybe he was predicting his own death, going where the messenger is. I don't know. But it don't sound real to me that the messenger would come, tell him that he would see him face to face.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But these